See, we tend to think the more I get, the more happy I'll become. It's not. It's the more you give. My name is Tarkanath Das. My Christian given name was Terry Anderson, so I took vows of initiation. I was given the Sanskrit name, which is the name of Krishna, some 30 odd years ago.
How can you identify if a building is a Hare Krishna temple?
In downtown Cardiff, it might be a little difficult with all the architecture, and if in India you'll see the typical architecture. It's more the Mughal era. You see all these temples and domes and wonderful kind of intricate carvings and things. That's where you shoot it in, right? That's where it comes in.
That'll be shooting in. Yeah,
that's where I'll come in. When we purchased this property, 2016, the end of 2016, so what are we, 21? But the pandemic has slowed us right down. We just got our planning permissions. We are planning. It's more than just a temple. That's what it'll become, like a community hub. We're going to be. Yoga set. We're going to be doing yoga, having yoga studios. We're going to be having a vegetarian, vegan cafe here. We're going to be then there's going to be guest accommodation, libraries, study rooms, therapy rooms, treatment rooms. It's a holistic approach, and that's what Krishna consciousness basically is. It deals with the body, the mind, and the self, or the soul, or Atma, or Jiva, according to whatever culture you come from.
What is the appeal of Krishna consciousness to Westerners?
Speaking as a Westerner, when I come to Krishna consciousness, I found the truth. Everybody's searching for something, isn't it? I've since I've come to Krishna consciousness, and I've been practicing now for over 30 years, is that there's that gap in everyone's heart. Everyone is searching for that inner satisfaction, or that inner fulfillment is never quite there. So I've realized what that is now. Is that relationship with God, or the Supreme, or what do you want, whatever you want to call him or it.
Because when you see Hare Krishna in town, everyone seems very joyous, and everyone's dancing and playing music, and a lot of people have their hair cut in a certain way. You've got the face paint markings on. Can you talk a little bit about that, what that means?
Yeah, the dress, these are traditional dress of Vaishnav theology. We're part of Hinduism. I guess we come under the umbrella of Hinduism. So it comes part of that Hindu theology. There's original books of Vedas. That's what this is where this knowledge comes from. It's ancient. And actually, that's one of the things. That's part of this building is fusing the ancient with the modern. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a modern setting where these ancient teachings are coming through. So these ancient teachings, they come from the Vedas. And the Vedas are ancient Sanskrit language of India. Sanskrit apparently is Greek and Latin. Apparently all has its roots in Sanskrit. So this is an ancient language. In these books, Veda means knowledge. So these are originally books of knowledge. The goal of life is to become happy, right? That's what everybody wants that. We're just looking in different places. We're just giving another solution. You say, okay, try this one. We need a plan B. Society needs a plan B, I can assure you. Plan A is not working, is it? Plan A is you go to school, you get your degree, you get your certificate, you go out to work, you get your money, you become rich, you become famous, and voila, happy ever after. But there's so many rich, beautiful, famous people out there, but what's the percentage of them that are actually happy? See, we tend to think, the more I get, the more happy I'll become. It's not. It's the more you give. It's the more you give in whatever way you can give. The highest we are saying is to connect to God and give to God and connect others to that spiritual nature which is in all of us. Then that's the highest we can give.
Yeah, perhaps talk a little bit about, you talked to us earlier about it, but how has your temple adapted to COVID-19?
So initially it was just bang, lockdown, same as everyone else, but then we kind of felt as a team, we wanted to do something. We felt, okay, we're used to doing something, so we had all this energy, but what do we do with it now? What do we do with it? And we thought we can best do that is to help, to feed people. We've been called the kitchen religion before now, so we place a lot of emphasis on food. So it started like that, and then it started to grow. Then it went to 50 meals, to 100 meals a day, and then it just exploded. And then we was kind of the next. We were feeding frontline workers at hospitals, GPs, and so it was just going and exponentially exploded. And then at one point we was like 1,000 meals a day.
Can I ask about, you said food's quite important, and I noticed on the bookshelf you've got a few vegan cooking books, so are you vegan? Is diet quite important?
Well, it's the principle of ahimsa. That's the overarching principle. Ahimsa means non-violence. You don't cause violence, or minimal violence, because some way you're causing plants have consciousness, because it's consciousness, we're talking about consciousness, and where there's consciousness, the symptom of consciousness is life. Where there's life, there's consciousness. If you want to see the symptom of the soul or consciousness, there's life. Like there's no, that's dead matter. There's no life there, no consciousness. But where there's life, so whether there's animals, whether there's trees, whether there's plants, there's consciousness, that means there's life.
What more can be done to bring people of different faiths together?
See, people get confused. Religion just divides people. That's the problem. When they get entrenched in thinking my God is right and your God is wrong, this is over the way. There's only one God. When people kind of understand that, that'll certainly bring people together. But saying one God, like the sun, rises in the east every day and comes over to the west. We don't say that's the eastern sun or the western sun or the British sun or the Welsh sun or the English sun or American sun. The sun's the sun. Those are like names or tags that we put on. So when you start God's Christian, God's Hindu, God's Buddhist, those are tags that we put on.
Thank you. Thanks for giving us such a great insight into Hare Krishna and about the teachings and what it means to be a part of the faith. So thanks for sharing that.
Our pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you both. Hare Krishna.
Yada